100% true. Like, Jordon was ringing the alarm. I don't know if he wants me to discuss this publicly, so I'm going to hold off and wait until he does, because I believe he's addressing it publicly. He's getting in trouble for retweeting some person who was critical of Justin Trudeau. And the whatever board of psychologists that they have in Ontario is bringing him in for disciplinary discussions, and I think they're having some sort of they want him to be involved in some sort of a class or some sort of a thing. Here, I should just read it. And if I don't get, I'll contact him. If I don't get his permission, I'll delete this aspect of it. But so here's what it says. It says the College of Psychologists of Ontario, the government-mandated professional college of psychologists, has disciplined me and is threatening my clinical psychology license for retweeting the Conservative Party leader, Pierre Poilievre. How do you say his name?
Not sure.
Criticizing Justin Trudeau, the chief of staff, Gerald Butts, someone named Jacinda Ardern, and an Ottawa City Councillor. He is required to participate in mandatory social media communication retraining to modify my objectionable behavior, which I absolutely refuse to do. So they'll go to the next step, which would be an in-person disciplinary hearing, with my license on the line. I'm going to make all this public this week. If you're interested, take a look. Canada has given over to the commissars, something I thought I'd never see in my lifetime. Happy New Year.
I am simultaneously shocked. Myself from 10 years ago is absolutely shocked.
Yeah.
Myself that has lived up to this point through the last 5 years is not shocked.
At all?
No. The disciplinary hearings are part of the structure that keeps the last holdouts from doing their thing. And in this case, you and I both know that Jordon is not going to bow to this. There's nothing that they can say that is going to cause him to do that.
Well, fortunately, he doesn't have to. This is the most important part about it, is that Jordon has achieved escape velocity. And he doesn't need them anymore. And so this is an empty threat. And so this removing his license, you're not going to take away his education, his degrees. If you say you're removing his license, well, I don't think he's seeing clients anymore. He's not really acting as a clinical psychologist anymore, is he?
I don't think so.
I don't believe so.
And I agree with you. I think what we have to discuss is this. There's a question about where each of us are with respect to what you're calling escape velocity.
Yeah.
And in fact, you and I sitting here is an interesting test case. I'm convinced that what they're up to is they're fixing the historical record, right? When we stand up to their nonsense and we make it clear what's actually taking place, and they are begrudgingly acknowledging this in the end, what it will look like in their own writing of the record, and they will, of course, write the record, is that, government's a bit slow and they were a little late to acknowledge this, but of course that was because they were being very scientifically careful, which is nonsense. They never would have acknowledged it if they hadn't been forced to it.